Hi friends, I'm here with a yoga offering. As always, please go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to. Feel free to skip things or change things if they're not working for you today. So for this practice, I'm going to be using 2 tennis balls and a sock. Hopefully you have such a thing around your house. Any sock will do. 2 tennis balls, put them inside and tie a little knot. So we're going to start lying over this. I recommend a form-fitting shirt. If your shirt is loose, it can easily get tangled in the blocks. So we're going to place the blocks at the upper back, and then you can kind of moderate how much weight you put on them. You might use your hands behind your head, you can lift your hips, and kind of roll the blocks anywhere from your neck all the way down to your lower back. You can kind of use your hands and feet to move you along. You can even go all the way to the top of your buttocks and get into your hips a little bit. So finding your way along your spine, anywhere along the way, you might let the weight of your body rest. If you like continual moving, feel free to do that. And again, if you find a place you want to hang out, letting go there. And feel free to play, experiment, shifting your weight, changing your arm position. If you like a lot of weight, you might lift your hips, let the weight of your back pour down through the different points. Could rock side to side a little bit, getting it more on one side or the other. And you could experiment with getting into your buttocks, kind of rolling one hip at a time. Again, if there's a place that feels good or interesting, you can hang out there. You don't have to be doing what I'm doing. And then let's try the hamstrings a little bit. So we'll take our balls and place them under one hamstring. You can kind of shift around, seeing if you can find a place that feels good. The belly of the muscle right in the middle of the hamstring might be a good place. You may want to lean forward. You may need to lift yourself up a little bit. A foam roller could work as well if you don't have 2 tennis balls and a sock. If you haven't switched legs, do the other leg, finding what's interesting, what's useful for you. Okay, let's put the balls aside and come into a seated position. If you have something you want to sit up on, feel free to grab that, a cushion, blanket, or block. We're going to take one foot and thread our fingers through our toes. And then you can take that foot, feel free to just get comfortable with the other leg, and circle your foot a few times. You can flex your foot, pull it to a point. And then just give your foot a good rub. I did quite a bit of gardening today. I'm a little sore everywhere, so some self-massage can be really good. Just see what you like. Experiment. Do you want a lot of pressure, a little pressure? Getting into your ankle. And take your ankle and shake your foot a little. The tops of the feet, the heel, the back of the ankle. You can get into your calf a little bit. Maybe the shin. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll start by threading the fingers through the toes, and then a couple of nice circles, both directions. Flexing the toes, pointing, and then giving the foot a good rub. Use your fingers, your thumbs, getting into the top of the foot, the bottom, the arch, the heel, the back of the foot, the ankle. And hold your foot and shake it out. And get into your calf and shin. And then go ahead and straighten your legs out. You might take the flesh of the sit bones back, sitting tall, and then fold forward. And this could be just a very gentle fold forward, barely a fold forward, or you could reach for your feet, lengthen, and fold even more. If you can't reach for your feet, you can either put something around it, like a strap or scarf, or go back to having hands on the floor, so your hands are supporting you wherever you are. Lengthen and fold. Wherever you are, can you relax your shoulders, your face? And then release, come up. Let's bring soles of the feet together, Baddha Konasana. You can grab your toes or your ankles with that grip, lengthen, and fold here. Your elbows could push into the legs to help them open, or if it works better for you, you might lean into your hands or elbows. And I like to, when I do these forward folds sometimes, is to rest my forehead on my thumbs. And so then while I'm here, I can use my thumbs for a little facial massage. And this may not work for your body, it may not work for everybody, but if it does, it can be a nice support. You can just either rest into the thumbs or give yourself a little massage while you're here. Let's release, bring your upper body back up, and keep the right leg where it is, and open the left leg out to the side. Getting set up for gate pose, Parigasana. We'll bring the right arm up and over. You can lean onto your left hand or elbow on the inside or outside of that straight leg, reaching through your fingers. But shoulders down, away from the ears. Let's take a couple big circles with this top arm. Reach it back behind you as far back as you can. finish up the circle you're on. Let your head fall towards the floor, and then take this top arm out and down until your right shoulder is pulling down, stretching right side of the neck. Head hanging one way, shoulder pulling the other way. And then press into the bottom hand to come up. You might use that hand to help you lift your head so you stay nice and relaxed. Same thing other side. Switch the legs. Left arm up and over. Big reach. Relaxed face. And then circle your arm back behind you as far back as you can. Finish up the circle you're on. Let your head fall towards the floor and then take the top arm out and down until your left shoulder pulls down, stretching left side of the neck. Press into the bottom hand, come up. And then use that hand to help lift your head. Let's open both legs wide. Upavishta Konasana, wide angle pose. So you might use your hands on the floor behind you to help sit you tall. If this is enough, stay here. If you want more, you can lean forward until you find your edge. Could be right away on the hands, could be coming towards the elbows. You could lean into a block. And again, if you like that, leaning into your thumb position, you can access that here also. I hold a lot of tension between my eyebrows, so this is a good place for me to help release that. A little self-massage. Keep letting go. What is there to release here? If you did fold, make your way back up. We're going to lean back, draw the legs in, shake them out, and then bring the right leg on top of the left for a Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So in this pose, we want to try and get the knee on top of the knee. So you can kind of scooch your ankles either out to the side or back towards you. If this is too tight, you can make it less tight by sitting up on something, grabbing a blanket or a block, or straightening the bottom leg, or both. So finding the leg position that suits you. And the right hip might feel a little light here, so we're trying to ground it down. To help with that, we're going to bring the left elbow across to the outside of the right knee, bring the right hand into a fist, and then press down. So the weight of your fist into your hand, elbow into the knee into the knee is helping to ground both sit bones. And then you can use that to get a little twist, lengthening and rotating. Keep the hips grounded, release the upper body around to the front. Let's take eagle arms. We'll bring the right elbow on top of the left. If you can get the palms together, do so. If you can't, you might just grab a thumb or just focus on the elbows. Put some pressure between the elbows like you're trying to pull them apart, helping to spread the upper back. You might round or arch or shift around in any way. Let's release the arms, bring hands behind the back, interlace fingers, open up the chest, and either stay upright or fold over your legs, which could be just leaning forwards. If you're able, you can fold all the way over. You might even reach your arms up and back away from you. And release. Come up. Lean back. Unwind and switch. Other leg on top. Scooching. Knee on top of knee. As best you can. Feel free to sit up on something or straighten your bottom leg. And then we'll bring the right elbow across, grounding it down. Left hand into a fist. Pressing down and lengthen your spine as you twist. Last breath here. Unwind to the front. Keep the hips grounded. Now let's bring the left elbow on top. Eagle arms. You may want to explore with movement, arching or curving or moving side to side. And release. Interlace fingers behind the back. Try the other thumb on top, the way you don't normally cross. Open up the chest. And you can stay upright or fold. And release. Come up. Lean back, unwind. And take a little windshield wiper side to side. Let the knees flop one way and the other. As you're on one hip, rub that hip into the floor a little. Try both sides. And then let's come back onto our backs. You can bring both knees in. Take a circle or rock with the knees, massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And then we'll set up for a supported bridge. You'll need some props for this. If you have a couple blocks, that can work great. You could also use a cushion, a bolster, a foam roller, some books with a towel over it. See what you have around the house. Finding something to place under the sacrum, a little lower than the lower back, and then let your hips rest down on it. And this is a very gentle inversion. The hips are higher than the heart. You're welcome to just settle into stillness here, letting go. I'm going to offer some other variations, which you're welcome to try or not. If you want to join me, you can bring your right knee to your chest. You can grab hold of it with one or both hands in whatever way makes sense for you. And then straighten your left leg, the other leg, and let that straight left leg hang towards the floor. The more you hug your right knee in, the The more you let that straight left leg hang, the more of an opening there can be at the front of the left hip. If you were doing a one-legged variation, switch sides, grab your left knee, straighten your right leg, let the front of the right hip open up. The more you hug the left knee in, the more you let that right leg hang, the more of an opening. When you feel even on two sides, you can either straighten both legs along the floor, or bring both knees in, or take both legs up in the air. At any point, if you want to adjust the placement or height of your props, feel free to do so. Find a position that you're able to relax into. Keep stripping away what's not needed. If you're enjoying where you are and you want to stay longer, you're welcome to do so. Whenever you're ready to release, take your time. Maybe there's some other leg position you want to come through. You can move your props out of your way. And then let's cross the right ankle above the left knee. Reach your hands through, grab the left knee and hug it in, stretching the right outer hip. To release, you can drop your left foot to the floor, straighten the right leg up, holding somewhere behind your leg, flex, and point your foot. Circle your ankle, both directions. And then keep your right leg more or less where it is and straighten the left leg along the floor, grounding down through the back of the left leg, and open the right leg out to the right. If having your leg straight is too much, bend it as much as you need to. There are many ways you can support your leg. Find the way that works for you without tipping over. Keep the back of the left leg grounded. And then bring this straight leg up, and we're going to take it all the way across for a spinal twist. So you might take your left hand and grab the outside of the right foot. If that's too tight, you can bend your knee, you can use a strap, you can hold your calf or ankle instead. Taking that straight or partly straight leg all the way over, and then roll open through the right shoulder, drop down through the right hip. If you want to add a quad stretch to this, your free hand, your right hand, can reach for your free foot, your left foot. Taking that in. Once you have hold, try and drop the torso back down. And then roll back onto your back. Bring your knees in, give your knees a squeeze, maybe a little circle or rock. And then release. Same thing other side. Drop your feet to the floor. Cross the left ankle above the right knee. Reach your hands through. Grab the right leg. Hug it in. Relaxing as much as you can. Your face, your shoulders, your hips. Last breath here. Let's release the right foot to the floor, straighten the left leg up. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times both directions. Keeping your left leg more or less how it is now. Straighten the right leg along the floor and then open your left leg out to the left. Just at a slight angle so you're not tipping over. Let's bring this straight leg up and across for a spinal twist. Opposite hand might hold your foot, calf, ankle, a strap, whatever works for you. If you did add a quad stretch, you can do so again. Your left hand reaching down for your right foot this time. And then roll back onto your back. Bring your knees in. Another circle or rock. And then release. Maybe give the legs a little shake out, shaking the muscle on the bone. And let's get the body ready for Shavasana. Is there anything you need to do to feel complete in your practice? Any last pose or stretch or self-massage? I love rolling on these balls. I often do it before coming into Shavasana. If you want to take another little roll. If you want to adjust your clothing or get props so that you're more comfortable, take your time. Is there any part of your body that needs something? You may want to finish with a little massage. Your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. Forearms and hands can often be quite overworked. Especially if you've been gardening. Eventually settling into stillness. Letting go of the control of your breath. Letting the weight of your body release. And slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently waking your body up again, letting this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles. Eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in. Roll to one side, pausing there for a moment. Use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Hope you have a good rest of your day. If you have any requests for future offerings, please reach out.